Hey there, my name is Joe Wrights, and welcome back to the Moperator. On today's episode, what I'm actually going to be showcasing is one of my favorite workflow arcs of starting in V0, then porting to GitHub, a Vercel project, then GitHub, and then either further developing in V0 or pulling it down into the app of your choice, whether it be Cursor or Claude Code or what have you, to continue iterating. So again, I work at Vercel. I use V0 a lot, especially if you're unsure of like the whole marketplace of tools to use, and just are confused on where to start. V0 is a very good point of entry for any layperson looking to get more into vibe coding or just app development, prototyping, anything of that nature. So, by way of quick tour, the V0 layout, we're rapidly iterating on just how things look and work. But the general scheme of maneuver is you've got some basic folders here, like your home, where recent things you've worked on are. You can see some of my recent projects. The library, which is, where you can browse around and see, the whole history of stuff you've built, which, again, I've used V0 quite a bit. And it keeps going and going and going. And projects, which is a more visual representation of the kind of stuff that you see there. So like you can see the Moperator website started as a V0 project. The marketing toolkit started as a V0 project in its various iterations. You can see other stuff like a Dungeon Master tool that maybe I'll share one day. On and on down to a lot of stuff that I've developed with V0. And the cool part about using a project is you can add other context to the project, that like files and attachments, things like that. So it keeps V0 focused on this is the scope of what I'm working on. Not unlike if you've read a little bit about Ralph Wiggum and kind of how that works with Claude Code. It's kind of a similar idea. Design systems where you can set any sort of default design theme you want to use, like colors and that kind of thing. This can be helpful if you have like a color palette you want to use, kind of thing. The easy part about working at Vercel is like, I don't know, just let it rip. It's going to be black and white and it's going to be on brand. And the other nice thing is you also end up with a V0 or Vercel favicon. So little perks of working here, I guess. And then templates are like things, if you create something that's super rad, you can post it to the community and have templates here that you can even start from someone else's work and build onto it. So a lot you can do within V0. But for today, we're going to do just a very simple project. I'm going to create a project called, what are we going to call this? SEO optimizer. So what we're going to build for the Moperator website, because I need to, is something similar that I've built for a personal website of mine, photologic.co, where I use AI to basically put I put in what I think the title and blog post content should be. And then what it spits out is all of the schema data for I use Sanity CMS to give you a peek behind the curtain. This is what that looks like when I'm creating a post. So what I get through the generator is all the things to paste into the various schema pieces. And I need to expand the schema because this is just default out of box. I want to get maximum reach and coverage. I want people to find this site and for it to be useful. So I'm going to build a similar tool to this. And also make sure that even AI models index it well and it's easy to find. And all the content we're going to create. And then also just an image generator, like for OG cards and things. I have a default image that every time you share a link from the moperator.com, it uses that default image, but I want to customize it a little bit. I want to make it so you can put text over an image or... and then blur it out. This is a style I personally like, where you blur out the background a little bit. It's a picture of my dog, one of my dogs. But that's what we're going to build. So what I recommend doing before you even start in a V0 project like this is chat with your buddy, ChatGPT. And I went back and forth a little bit with ChatGPT on the requirements and kind of what I wanted this to look and feel like, from what it needed to do, what the layout should look like, and so on and so forth. How even that AEO schema would work. And then what we'll do in the future video is then take this standalone app that we're going to develop, and then we're going to integrate it within the Moperator website in the next video. So I'll show you how to basically combine two repos together, which is something, as you vibe code a lot of little apps, eventually you're going to have this moment of like, yeah, it'd be great if they were all one thing though, right? I'll show you how to do that. So basically I'm just going to take this block and I'm going to paste it into V0, and I'm going to add a little bit of color. I'm going to say, build this app. Please do not include a header or footer. I'll be integrating this with my website. I always like to type it just so it knows. themoperator.com. Later. What else? I want to use the Vercel AI gateway, and I'll talk why while it's cooking, and AI SDK to help me generate the most SEO beneficial schema for use in Sanity CMS. All right. Just giving it a little extra color. I'm going to let that rip. Basically, what I gave it was that entire code block, or the entire instructions from ChatGPT, which gave it a lot of structure, and then a little bit of extra context that, like, look, we don't need bells and whistles. I don't need a header footer. Just give me the tool on a standalone page. Like, if you don't tell V0 to avoid a header or footer for something like this, it's probably going to try to make one because it's trying to make like a fully featured app. And as far as the AI SDK and Vercel AI Gateway, what these two things together can help you do is you might hear people say, like, they shipped an agent and didn't have to install any API keys. Vercel AI Gateway is one way you can do that, where all the different models are available through the AI Gateway, and you essentially just pay credits into as you use them as a like pay as you go kind of thing. And with a lot of Vercel accounts, there's usually like a free, I think I have like a $5 credit or something like that just to get started. And AI's AI SDK also lets you pick from any available model that's in your code base. So yeah, those two things together let us, what I envisioned this app is going to want to do is use maybe like some Claude model to develop the actual written SEO schema language, and then probably like OpenAI, DALL-E, some version of DALL-E to generate the OG card image. We're going to see what it comes back with. And I won't make you watch this part because it will be really boring. Okay, so basically what we did there is it one-shot this layout, and it then ran into a TurboPack error, which when you run into an error, when V0 runs into an error, you can actually just click a button that says fix for free. V0 doesn't charge you any credits when it's fixing its own errors. So after that resolved, one little pro tip is sometimes it's helpful just to click on this reload icon and restart the dev server. Sometimes that just shakes out any UI lag issues. But this structure looks good. I need to test it in an environment after I implement AI Gateway. So what I'm going to do for now is we're just going to do the bits where we connect this to, we deploy to Vercel, connect it to a GitHub repo, and pull it down. In the next video, we'll go through all the other steps where we actually set up the AI Gateway and incorporate it into the Moperator website. But all I'm simply going to do is come up here to the top right and click Publish. And these settings are fine. Actually, for, I was looking for a team setting here. Under visibility, public is fine. It just means that the link for this will be available on the internet. I don't really want to show the V0 branding, even though I love V0. I want people to think I'm impressive on my own merit, even though, if If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But all I'm going to do is click publish to production. What it's going to do is, if I go back over to Vercel, it is going to begin building a questionably spelled mop-erator. But if I go to deployments, I can see it actually building. And while that's happening, I'm just going to do a couple things because, one, I can't abide that. I'm going to edit this this thing just to be like moperator SEO optimizer.vercel.app. I'm going to redirect the old domain to the new. I'm also going to change the project name. This is something that I personally don't like, is when V0 just appends that it's V0. Like, don't out me like that, dude. It's fine. Everyone knows I'm not a developer. But yeah, those like little quirks aside that are 100% personal preference. If I had implemented any variables in V0, they would also be here. This is the beauty of using the AI gateway, is that we don't need to implement any API keys. So if you hear someone say they created some sort of agent, they didn't have to implement any API keys, they're probably doing something with something, either the Vercel AI gateway or something like it on whatever provider. So, but yeah, now that this is built, took 24 seconds, not bad. I can also see that if I go here, that's the production URL. Nothing will work because we don't have any AI hooked up yet. So I'm expecting an error, which would be fine. Oh, actually it did generate. Cool. Yeah, that's actually really cool. Yeah, that's really sick. So there you have it. I think I actually have some things configured on my account already, but be that as it may, what we're going to do is go to the settings tab in your Vercel project. If you have a repo already created, whichever one of these Git providers you use, I use GitHub. If you have one created already, you could find it here. I don't. So one easy way to do that is if you just open Vercel desktop. I have a, actually I deleted that one. Let me create a new one. Create new repository. We're going to call this Moperator SEO AEO. Actually, I think it needs to be all lowercase. AEO Optimizer. We're going to hit Create Repository, and then we're going to hit Publish Repository. So what those two things do together, the first one creates it on your local machine, and then when you publish the repository, that is sending it up into GitHub. There's nothing in it yet. If I were to open this with VS Code, it is literally this. As you can see, there is quite literally nothing in that. But if I if I refresh this page now, I should be able to see GitHub, and then, yep, that's the repo. I'm just going to hit connect. And then the easiest way to make sure I have all the files from V0 on my local machine, one easy way I like is, I think it's under one of these. Yeah. So the three dots up here in the top right, you can just do download zip. And this is going to download the zip to your machine as described. This sits in my downloads folder, so I'm just going to unzip that. And then I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to open up another tab. I'm going to find where my repo is. So it was this one. And then I'm just going to drag and drop. So all I have there, let me just open up VS Code where I had it. So now all those files are now in the directory here in VS Code, and they're green because that means they're new. So from here, if I was in VS Code, what I like to do in my terminal is very first thing is fire up Claude. And from here, I would be just I have an issue. I would just be ripping away on making edits, editing this on my local dev server, and so forth. In our next video, we'll cover taking this and putting it into another combining repos. But hope that was helpful. V0 is a fantastic tool. If any of this kind of tooling, like Claude Code directly in your terminal or Cursor, is intimidating, just use V0. You can get just as far. It's very visual, very easy to use. But yeah, if you have any questions, please send them my way. Hope this was helpful.